Michigan State ball here in the second half. It looks like a bus stop that stadium. We certainly don't want to start the second. Start the first half. Look at that drive to start the game. That's one of the goals against them. It's 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this drive. By time in fashion. It's not a touchdown. It's on here, it's out of bounds on a solid game first. It is so stagnant in first half. Switch call running, gives you eyes. Once it starts off to the right, and then because the offensive line, they realize they take this ball around left edge. And so with great success, the safety of very plan makes the position shift. Now back comes the word next season. So next year, senior, makes you wonder where the ceiling is. Not ridiculous. And he is back. He got all 8 tackles for Mason Woods. CJ Young. CJ Young was a safety. Here, just that's basically CJ Young was a walk-on, was a safety linebacker last year because of depth issues. And this year, earned a scholarship. Wasn't even going to play college football. His father talked and his dad played here at Texas State. What a wise decision on his father because CJ Young took the ball. Yeah.
Oh, that was really hot. Where's Eve? Where's Eve? Let mommy. It's basically 15 divided by 4. 4. That's mommy.
Hey, was that rot down on when you kick off with the?
No, he's like, there's a little bit there, but it's bad. Tear it up. I'll take a look if you want.
Any subfloor? I don't know what that means.
You've got backing and you've got the top. So like the base floor that's been in our house, it's been one did not get rid of it. It was like, it's soft, but honestly not bad.
You're probably not gonna be able to tell much. Nope.
And then you have the brand new backing board, which goes.
No, not.
Do the bag yet.
He's the expert, me. He's like, I don't see any reason to tear this up and replace it. What he did do is, I don't know if it was the bleach still sitting right here when we got home.
Yeah.
So, and we need to do this to all our windows too.
We got the air out.
You take a 50-50 bleach and water solution and go to the spots that are kind of molding and spray it on or wipe it off. Like with the windowsills, you can wipe them off. It'll kill the mold. So he went through and sprayed bleach solution on that spot that's a little bit soft in case there is mold in there. It won't grow. It'll just kill it. No, Grayson, you're having a quesadilla. You are going to eat it. Well, you're going to. So that's a bummer. Him too.
He myself in the computer. Racing, race. Racing, 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 racing. Popcorn, popcorn, popcorn. Walmart for the computer.
I told him that Natalia will probably be here tomorrow. Okay, then when you take the duck key off the truck keys, leave it where the back, because I told him it's there. If it's not here, it'll be in the. Babe, can you take that bag of cheese and some chicken and some tortillas and make these guys a quesadilla and I can come in and get in a second, please?
Sure, babe.
With hands together at the table. Happy birthday to Sam. Happy birthday. Did you make a square with 3 lines? Did you make a square with 3 lines? Happy birthday to you. Sam, blow out pop. Blow out pop. Can you make a square with 3 lines? Happy birthday to you. 3 lines. Mom, can you? No. Mommy, look. Mommy,
No.
Mommy, look. Mommy, look. Mommy, eat a square with 3 lines.
You're being naughty. Go take that Mickey Mouse and put it in your room before I throw it away.
I don't even like it.
Go put him in your room.
I don't even like it. Look at the playroom.
Hello? Oh, no. Yeah, now possibly logged on to Zoom here at home for school board meeting. I think I'm supposed to,
Keeping
but.
track of like what was approved and what wasn't approved, and they just started making, and then I was surprised at that. And then I was also surprised it hadn't been approved, because I don't see all the athletic ones that come through those registration. Okay.
Microphones aren't on yet. I'm asking you.
No, it was, so I wish I probably would have caught that, if it was something in my building, but I don't see what athletic get put in. So when I sent it to Sarah Jazz, and said, hey, put this in, I assumed that it got done.
I've never cooked one. I know a lot of people like.
It's 7 weeks late.
Do.
6 weeks late. Okay. Because I think that was an early September
I'm like, why is it up to?
purchase.
Oh, that's why I was confused.
We can't get it back. I've already.
But yeah.
Also surprised I saw a cross country one this morning that hasn't been.
Only thing I know.
Cross country,
No,
this one,
I think it's Webster. It's online, not.
Only thing I've ever.
Jasmine, Because they sent us a reminder email yesterday.
I have to record it this way.
I saw cross country from.
On that like that?
Because when I post it on the website, for
Gary
people
had
to watch the
pictures
playback,
for-
then you are the primary.
Yeah.
For that donation.
And so they took.
Like if
pictures of
someone
cross
sitting
country.
here.
I assume.
She was just saying she didn't.
But I haven't seen a deposit for
The
that.
biggest part.
I don't know if the deposits that come in at their.
I think it's different, right, but then when we play it back, when it's recording right now, if we have it focused on Gretchen, then
I
when
know
I
we
get
have
back
to
the
pay cross
recording, Gretchen will
country.
be
I knew that
the
they.
big pictures.
I just got a PO. I just got a PO.
Because I'm pretty sure you can make that the primary and we can see any of it.
Cameron and I did test it, because we tried talking to each other, so each person gets paid.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, sorry, so there's an invoice coming that's overdue that I don't know if I ever saw. The up front.
Yeah.
If it's for Wendy's design. We painted it green.
I'm just saying, I don't know if that was the same as this, where someone didn't put it in,
Yeah.
or if it's the banger never sent it.
The people that had the mustard.
They can do
Could be in
speakers,
either or.
that way, this point is like.
Yeah. But the vendor never sent it to me.
When I worked at Ashland.
Yeah. Well, the coach was involved, and so I'm like, did they send it to the coach? Which isn't the procedure, and the coach never, you know what I mean, like somewhere between coach and office, it's just, they never made it to me until I saw Purdue statement. You never invoiced me.
So it's switching.
Yeah.
She has it on speaker, so it should switch to whoever is speaking.
Oh, okay.
The Suzuki shop, oh, like, what, like 5 years ago?
Right now, it's,
Just letting.
it just is
stuff.
in
You
for
see
me,
another one that.
Okay.
so everyone else can choose their, yes, for recording purposes.
I kind of like react.
Oh, that's a bigger bike? On the TTR 125. Yeah. Like, you guys said, skid right in the day, good shape.
It's better.
2 minutes.
Need to give something some room now. The CRF 150, exactly, painted. $3 grand. No, he's having 1,500. Oh. My God, Jane.
Those 150s.
Can't,
Yeah.
you gotta believe it.
Hennen had one, remember?
Curtis said that's what, what's his wife's name?
Tisha.
Tisha, that's what Tisha
Yeah.
says.
Kenan had one when we worked at West One. When they first came out. I mean, they're every bit as good as an 85 two-stroke. Yeah, you can't go.
I offered the guy 12. 16.
Yeah.
I don't think I plus 50.
Yeah. The only downfall, I mean, no, those,
It's in.
yeah, those TTRs at least pretty much don't blow up. Like a 150, you got 4-stroke, problems. I'm sure eventually. Yeah. that'll be an issue. Yeah, but it's
Are you talking motorcycles or
Motorcycles.
Yes,
quads?
dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes.
I got drained the fuel in mine and hope that my injector's not stuck because it's had, old fuel in it.
You're willing to do 12, but not 15?
Yep.
$300?
If you run
Really?
Yeah,
$10 a day keeps you.
I'm hoping it'll be okay, but the battery's dead too.
Hey,
$10
folks,
a day.
are you ready?
Let's do it. Hit that gavel.
Are you ready?
Round street.
Calling the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pledge my hand.
Okay, roll call.
Gerald here.
Brian, here. Ron, here.
Justin here.
Caroline here.
Aiden is absent.
Did he do a written report at all?
I didn't see one.
No. Okay. Consent agenda. Oh, actually, agenda review. We are going to add to the consent agenda 2.3 resignation. We are adding Devin Hunt. And we received that today, and I was told that the staff was told as well. Yeah, okay. And it's in effect, the end of June.
And we also want to wish Max Hicks congratulations and support as she goes to transfer to OSU. So we're super excited that she's gotten the opportunity that she's getting.
Yeah.
And we're glad to offer her the opportunity of this first semester or first quarter.
So with the agenda review, I'll entertain a motion to accept the change to the agenda.
Do we accept the change of Addie Devon Hunt to the resignations?
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? Vote.
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes?
Ron, yes. Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes. Consent agenda. Did anybody have any questions on the minutes or the monthly fiscal transactions? Okay. 2.3, the resignations are Tony DiMaggio, Max Hicks, and Devin Hunt. Open positions, executive secretary, temp for 2025, 2026. No new hires at this time.
Nope. Just so you know that we are shifting staff into Tony's position and not going to be posting that one.
Okay.
Dave Harris, who is currently a custodian assigned to maintenance, will no longer be assigned to maintenance. He will be moving into that position. And we are now doing an analysis of Max's position. You will know by next month whether or not we need to replace that in our, we're really looking at each position very seriously before we post it.
Well, I was gonna say, we've got interviews.
We do have interviews the week after next for the executive secretary. We've had 3 applicants that we will be looking into.
Entertain a motion to accept or decline the consent agenda.
Move to accept the consent agenda.
Okay, is there a second?
I second that.
Any further discussion?
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes?
Ron, yeah. Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes. The board will hear comments from anyone present who wishes to speak on any item not on the agenda, but the board will not necessarily take action at this time. There will be a 3-minute time limit for anyone speaking. I don't have anybody online. Reports, board. Does anybody on the board have anything? Okay. I did go to the meeting in Roseburg at the ESD for, it was the,
The roadshow.
the
Legislative roadshow.
the legislative roadshow. And they talked quite a bit about the budget, a little, well, not quite a bit, but they talked about the budget and that there's issues everywhere. So, something, the other thing that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline basically. And we're just going to have to watch all of it as normal. That's what it is. The other thing is, the UCC, discussion is being taken place about, getting with the local individual schools and seeing about maybe utilizing the buildings to start bringing down like they used to, different classes and stuff into the different outer skirts of Douglas County so that people don't have to, like typing classes or computer classes and things like that, and doing things like that. Discussion is being taken place. Yes,
Yeah.
would
That'd be good.
be awesome.
We have a computer lab.
Exactly. Um, also, if anybody is interested, the dessert auction is on the 25th. And, the board did agree to do the $20 donation per board member out of our own pocket. So I think there's a couple people that still need to get me.
I think I got you last week.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I did, I know I did.
I don't remember, did I not?
Way to call him out.
Some of you haven't paid up for what you're saying.
Can't do it, send it.
So you don't have to do it right now. I can-
This minute, but I will get the.
Okay, alrighty. Okay, so the ASP report is, we don't have one tonight. We're quite through, Bree, our superintendent.
And mine is pretty short. We have, we completed our conferences. We probably had the best attendance ever at our middle school and high school.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was impressive.
Mrs. Hood.
And, elementary, always pulls in a good number of our parents. And so super, super excited that we're establishing that as a norm and as that is an expectation and as a collaboration. But yes, very much impressed with our conferences. As Caroline said, I've been attending probably 2 state level meetings a week at this point. Lots of things coming down with the state in the area of accountability. I will have a full presentation next month on what those regulations are going to be and how we're going to accomplish them. They are changing some of our standards that we're looking at. They're adding 8th grade science and 5th grade math along with the 3rd grade reading. And there are some local matrix. The final report came out in the program, the iReady program K-8 that we're using was on the final list, which I was very thankful for, so that we don't have to purchase something completely different and redo all of that. But we will be looking at purchasing the secondary measure. Right now, it looks like it will be Acadience, which is the oral reading fluency. I will be honest with the board. We already do the oral reading fluency, but we haven't used the last 2 years the Acadience program as much. It hasn't been as effective as the data for us, but we may not have a choice in that process. And so there's some things coming down along those. Angie will fill you in on all of the, it's called PDAM, changes with our accounting systems that are going to be coming down, but lots of heavy meetings happening at the state level. So we'll keep working on meeting the criteria. I will tell the board I'm working a lot more than half-time right now, trying to keep up on all of it. And supporting with what's in so there's that expectation as well. It's not easy, but I have 2 really strong team members right now who are really running their schools well. We had an amazing turnout and participation at our fall homecoming and parade. It was jazzed that week. So we're looking at continuing that going forward.
PK 5th grade principal, you know.
Yeah, question. We went to the Eugene Symphony yesterday with the kids.
How did that go?
Awesome experience.
Way cool.
Kids had fun. They walked in the whole center, said, wow, this is fancy. We sat up at the top balcony, which usually might not be great seating, but the kids could see all the instruments, and then they have dueling pianos. And they had the tops off the pianos, so the kids got to see like the inside of these really fancy pianos.
Nice.
And, it was great that that's funded through different people, grant funded, so it cost us like $200 to go or something, which I think was well worth the experience, but, it was great for those musicians to give their time as they're professional, orchestra symphony musicians. And not an experience like most kids would probably ever have again, so I thought that was pretty cool.
I will say my kids were not like real excited about the idea when they found out what a symphony was. And they actually both, my little one he was okay, but Grady actually really said it was actually really fun. So I was surprised.
Yeah, it's really nice to have the Ford grant where we can pull funds to do those kinds of things to enrich, their experiences a little bit. They may like some, they may not like some, but
It's
To get
just
that-
that, it's an experience, and like you said, I mean, it's not something that necessarily probably is on anybody's radar.
Yeah.
But absolutely, I mean, those are important.
And one, it supports what we're doing at our elementary music. We made an investment in our music program and kept that around. So I think it's important to kids to, music's not just driving your teacher crazy in class for 30 minutes. It's more than that. So, and I think you'll show that at the Christmas concert they're preparing for. And thank you for not having a board meeting on that night. For everybody to go. And then like Bridget said, conferences, we were probably over 90%, if not 95%. We hit like almost every family. We were very aggressive, like always, in our approach to getting people in the building for conferences. And if not in the building, on a video call or a phone call.
Awesome.
So,
Well, I'm gonna say you are.
thanks. Well, you're stuck with me for 6 more months.
I'm glad. I didn't.
Yeah, I'll be here through the end of the school year.
The end of June.
do you want to tell them what you're gonna do next, so?
I'm gonna be the director of camping and properties for the Scouts in Oregon, so manage 13 properties, outdoor school, summer camp. So things I do anyway as a volunteer, but I'll be running different educational opportunities, but in the outdoors, so RSP.
We'll be able to save money next year at outdoor school. He'll cut us in a great deal.
Oh, there you go. Not sure.
I was gonna say, I know that that's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And, the CCVCA is still talking about trying what we can do to get a group down here. So I'll still be in contact with you about that.
Sure, yeah. Great.
All right.
Okay, 6 to 12 middle school and high school. You have anything to add?
No, I don't really even remember what I said on my
Yep,
report
yep,
because I
hold
wrote
on.
it a while
We
ago.
can't hear you. Hold on.
Uh-oh. I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nothing? Can you hear me now?
Oh, boy.
No, we still can't hear you. We're working on it.
This is what happens.
Is it me or you?
Right? Like,
Yeah.
literally, we went through multiple strategies to see if it would work and now.
Try.
Is it better now? No?
Well, I will report a little bit for her while we're waiting. We have done a district-wide food drive. It looks like our middle school and high school are gonna come out winners on that one, bringing in resources for our community. We're gonna be taking those over to, the food pantry tomorrow. Gretchen has been doing a really good job focusing in some of our kids' activities on those give back moments and those altruistic options that says, you're part of this community, let's build it together. And so super excited to see those things happening. Our overall performance in academics on grades was pretty positive. We've got still a couple of really strugglers, and we're noticing the attendance patterns with the strugglers. Trying to get them to understand that component as well.
I know that the kids love the pizza party.
Yes.
I heard a lot about that.
Well, and she went around and gave everybody that came on our Friday school a treat. So hopefully that got out.
Way cool.
So we're working really hard on identifying that. In fact, the Daily Courier has reached out to me asking what we're doing at our high school and middle school because our 9th grade on track grew more than the average for the state of Oregon. And so it's really nice. By the way, sometimes it's a numbers game with us. Like percentages get smaller when the kids or the number of kids get smaller. But we've been working hard on those attendance factors. We've been working hard on the belonging factors and looking at those reports very seriously to get our kids here to be doing things that they want to be doing. And that moves them forward. So super excited about that. I'll be sending out a message to them tomorrow related to what I think is impacting those numbers.
And
Right.
can we hear her now?
Can you hear me?
Nope.
All right.
She's out of luck for this.
I was like, do you want me to?
Do you want to, is there anything you want to say other than that? If you want to text her
Text me.
and we'll relay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And nice job. Thank you. Business manager, 4.6.
So lots of meetings. I know Bridget did let me know she was gonna let me be the doom and gloom for the night. So I apologize in advance, but I will start out with something positive. We did receive the revenue forecast today. It's better than we expected. I'm not gonna say it's, unicorns and rainbows, but it is better than what we had anticipated. So that makes me feel slightly better. The next forecast is set to come out February 4th. So we will be watching, crying and waiting for that to come out. We are still in talks and meetings, I feel like every day with ODE on their budget. We had a meeting where they showed us their proposals that they are going to take to the legislature. It does start with 2.5% cuts. They've got different areas that they're doing, state school fund and the different buckets, but 2.5 is where they're starting. Potentially that would hit this year. The highest that they've proposed is 5%. So to put that in numbers for us, it's about 85,000 to 170,000 that we could potentially lose this year. Those same percentages are being discussed for next year in the biennium. So again, that would be a higher dollar amount just because it's 51% of the state school fund in the second year. So Bridget and I have been in, like I said, meetings pretty much every day, I feel like. So we are watching it. At this point, they are asking that we not panic. It's hard. But we're not panicking yet. So the board and Bridget have been very good and prudent with the finances. And so we are in an okay place. I feel like right now. Today.
Yes, there you go.
Today. So just know we are watching that. We will be attending the winter conference between business officials and superintendents at the end of January. I don't really have high hopes that we're going to come out of there with some woohoos. But it will be interesting to just be in the room with everybody and ODE and see where we're at right before that new forecast comes out. With that being said, I normally start budget process in January. I'm not even going to try. It's going to be probably mid-February. We won't actually have numbers from the legislature until March. So
So are we gonna be changing our budget meetings then?
I don't anticipate needing to change them yet. It will just be, and when I say I'm not going to work on it, I'm going to have it where I just need to plug in numbers. That's what I mean. So basically we'll be plugging in numbers at the last minute. If I feel like numbers aren't coming in fast enough where I can't give you an accurate picture, I will come and ask to potentially move the meeting. I don't want to go through a budget process with unrealistic numbers.
No, good, I'm glad.
So I will keep you posted on that because nobody wants to sit through a meeting where you're not really getting clear pictures. So, Bridget did mention what we call the PBAM, which is the financial, basically it's our account code system. They're basically taking what we currently have, tossing it out the window and coming up with something completely new. We have about an 18, 19 number structure right now. They're moving it to 35. So those numbers that you see on my reports, they'll be a half page, trying to break down by grade level, by school, just they're saying for more transparency. The intent that they rolled out was to implement that July 1, 2026. There was an uproar between business managers, superintendents, all across the board. To make that change, we have to change our financial software systems because they can't handle that. We also have to train every single staff member that enters anything into the system. So it's business managers all the way down have to be retrained. Upgrading the software is a cost. Training our staff is a cost. So the letter that was sent into the governor, it's now been pushed back a year.
So it's now 2027.
It's okay, but just know that means realistically, we still have to do that now. We're still having to start that process now. And we don't have finalized information on what that looks like. So that is coming down. There will be costs associated with that. We will have to train everybody. We will have to update the software system. That's never free. So as I come to you saying budgets are being reduced, I'm also coming to you saying
State of
Oregon is mandating this update that's going to cost us some money.
Why will that cost the school money? Would that be
Because the
the
schools,
ESD?
Well,
the schools pay, we pay for the financial software. Each schools pay for their own.
yeah.
Mhm. And the schools have to train their staff.
I get that part of it.
So, it's an impact. It's, not against change, against change in such a rapid fire way, especially in the changing financial climate that we're in.
Change without being funded for it too.
It's another unfunded mandate change. Something we're not new to, but I will keep you guys apprised of all of the fun stuff. It's super fun. If I'm not in a meeting for budget reductions, we are in a meeting for the PBAM. So much fun right now, loving it. And I'll keep coming back.
Well, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Special education.
I am asking that our special ed director, who is also teaching full-time for us, maybe give us a quarterly report. Our numbers don't change on a monthly basis. Our programs are not changing on a monthly basis. So her saying the same thing over and over in the same way.
That is fine.
So
Like you said, it's.
I haven't confirmed it with her, but I wanted to make sure it was.
Yes, I'm assuming, I thought my doctor, she said, are you okay if I don't send one in this month? I have regurgitated the same thing 3 times.
Yeah. And so I think a quarterly report of where we are with our numbers and how we're doing might be sufficient. If it's not, I'd like the board to address it.
think
But
it's-
they don't change. We're just putting our head down, doing everything we can to support our kids that have moved in. And so,
Never heard.
there you go.
Weird. Unless it's Bridget,
It's good.
but I've
Okay.
been at the school for 20 years now and I've never heard it. It must
Oh.
be bad.
Our AD?
Got 13 kids out for girls basketball,
Ooh.
which is great. I had a program a couple years ago.
Who was it before?
Still firming up with basketball numbers, looking forward to be in the 12 to 15 range, so looking like JV and varsity for potentially both boys and girls. Going and finding 1A girls basketball JV games is gonna be really challenging because it seems like every other email I get right now is people canceling their whole girls program.
Don't.
And the girls basketball statewide doesn't have a lot of participation. So anyway, but good numbers on our sports. Congrats to the girls volleyball team on making the state playoffs for a second year in a row. They built some great things, and we had a ton of football and volleyball players get all league honors. I didn't have the list in front of me.
There was quite a few.
There were a lot,
I
yeah,
was surprised.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
let's
So,
something about that.
football had a
Think what
much
last
better
night?
year,
But I
even,
have to take it right
only
off.
going 3 and
It's
6.
Not
A
good.
couple of those games,
Well, see,
they could have been, 5 and 4, could have been 6 and 3.
I guess everybody
We've
just
got
found out on a day
Good
of.
things going on in our
but
football
okay.
program, so good fall
Because
sports
right
participation,
now,
good,
it's
good,
kids, I'm
winter
like,
participation. I've got schedules done for the rest of the year.
Oh, no.
And
Those
I've
who
got
play
a
is like
jump
fifth
on
graders.
football games for the
That
fall
play, they're
because
like
this
fifth
year
graders that play football, I guess.
was hard with football, so we've already got half of our football schedule put together for the fall, keeping us on the west side of the state primarily, as much as we can. There's only 24 teams in the state that play 8-man football, so sometimes you end up having to make a trip over the pass, but I'm trying to set it up so that way whoever takes the mantle from me isn't, up a creek for fall sports. I want to make that kind of a smooth transition as the next person gets their feet underneath them. We don't have anyone currently like trained in that role. So we identify someone in the spring. My hope is to introduce them to the players and start kind of showing them how to do that piece of the job.
Which is sad.
Oh, yeah.
So I really like him, but.
We'll be looking at that transition this winter, not this spring.
Are we staying 8-man football next year?
Give us a choice.
I knew he would.
No.
At least two.
No, we don't have a choice.
Get stayed for at least 2 and you change.
I know we
Right.
changed like 3 years ago.
6-man is not an option.
Oh.
If anything moves up, or if anything changes, they're gonna push
I thought he would do. super-
a sizable amount of 6-man teams up to 8-man. We won't have a choice to drop down to 6-man.
Because you have to be like principal.
Middle school, you can kind of move freely because there's nothing governing that. OSAA is very set on
And Angela was gonna be.
this. The football is a touchy issue, but there's like 56 teams that play 6-man football. There's teams that are just a couple students less on ADM than we are that play 6-man, and they want them to go play 8-man, but it's an argument. Some people either love or hate 6-man football, and the teams that are dominating 6-man football want to stay there. I don't know that they'd be as competitive if they moved up to 8-man football. So it's not in the cards for us to move down.
Something, I know what.
Anyway,
I saw that we got $1,000 for our
Cross country.
cross-country.
yeah, thank you, Gary Minnick, for leading that training. Let's say it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it. That was my only critique is let me know, I guess, but maybe you thought he wouldn't get it, but, OSAA reached out and said, we saw you didn't sign this form. Do you want $1,000 and where can we send it? And I said, sure, I'll take the $1,000. But that was good. He was trying to get buying awning and some replacement uniforms and stuff, so, it was good by Gary to see an opportunity to put in for the grant.
Was that included in this, in our report? So that actually is it gonna be divided between the track and the cross-country, or how?
This is cross-country is my preferred.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, this says cross-country and track and field fund.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
We
check
talk
with
about,
them.
we'll talk to
Okay.
coach about how we wanna do.
okay,
If we split it between the two clubs, we'll split the expense between the two clubs, so we'll work on it.
gotcha, okay. Thank you.
But then it'll show up twice on Justin's report. So.
We'll talk about it.
What we're gonna do, 501 and $4.99. That's not a deal.
Thank you. I feel like I'm getting picked on right now.
Not at all.
Welcome to Ron's next meeting.
Ron gets it.
Okay, maintenance.
I have a question.
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry.
On the freeze, sorry, I didn't want to be scared. I want to just get on the freezers. Do we have freezer alarms on those? I have an app on my phone for my freezers at home that tell me when the temperature drops or it goes up, I guess I should say.
Oh,
That would probably be really helpful to have on freezers that have lots of money and food in them. It's like
Okay,
$40.
that's something I have to check on. I've never heard it.
It's Yolink, I think is the one that's on, and it's literally, I could go in there and see the temperature of my freezers right now.
Okay, I will check. I don't think so.
It might be worth looking into.
Yeah.
It was $40.
Yeah,
There's no subscription.
okay. I will double check on that one.
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Because it's not the first time it's happened.
Right.
no, it's not. And so if we have a easy fix to make sure it doesn't happen, yeah. Other than that, the only thing to add to Clint's report is that we did have a compressor go out for our fire alarm system, which is important.
Yeah.
Now, he said that to me and I'm thinking cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. It's gonna cost us about $190 to fix, and he's on it. But, yeah, so we will have our fire alarm water system back up and running, by the end of this week. He has to go down and get the part and then install it.
Yeah, okay. Can I ask, was the fire department notified at least?
I don't know that they need to be for something like that, because if it's something like we used to have it, I don't know what kind of system it is, but we used to have an air compressor that was part of the dry fire system, and it
Yeah.
just keeps the lines charged with air.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's all it does.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's not like it's not like part of the suppression system.
Okay, so it doesn't actually, it means that they still work. It's
Yes.
just,
Faulty at this point.
okay,
At
okay,
best.
okay.
So anyway, that was the only thing that he added. I'm gonna tell you, when he told me, I was like, oh, no. And then he told me the cost. I'm like, okay, I think we can do that one. So that's all. Transportation director, I think she put in there that we have a gentleman who is very fond of our transportation department right now.
Yeah.
Trying to be very polite here. We are working very closely. We've identified the individual. They almost got in last week. We're very close. But he is, I'm telling you, if I had the authority to hotwire those fences, I'd be hotwiring those fences. But we are working, the sheriff's department has been amazing. He is broken 3 times. We now have Douglas County cameras, sheriff's cameras that are triggering
Oh.
when he goes in. They needed a certain amount of traffic per se to put those up for us, but we have them in there. And so they will be responding quickly when the triggers go off.
By traffic, you mean certain amount of break-ins before they?
Well,
Yeah, 1 doesn't warrant them bringing down a lot of expensive equipment, but 3 apparently does.
Oh, she had some other things in here too. She needs does she want to come talk to, are these things that she wants us to have an opinion on or talk to us about, or? The bus. She talked about trees and the bus
So
and.
yeah, but that's part of the problem. And we've been talking about, we keep trying to figure out different alternatives to avoid the kind of break-ins. There's a row of trees right behind that back fence that hide everything that anybody is doing. And so she did,
Well, I saw.
is considering whether or not that is part of a solution, because it would open that area up even to the fire department in the back when fire people are there or whatever. Cutting down trees.
I'd say take them out. I see where we got a new chainsaw, so we could put that to work.
Quite frankly, we could use the wood in our,
Yeah, you could.
our carpentry program.
They
And,
could make some.
we did just receive through the
Well,
a Perkins grant, a, portable sawmill. And so
We got a portable sawmill?
I think it was a portable sawmill. Thank you.
yes,
Really?
I
we
wanna
also-
come play with that.
yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't aware it was here, but I knew we were getting. it.
Yeah, we got an angry call.
And I
Yeah.
suggest
I would suggest that maybe we reach out to some of the local people asking if, some of the local people that cut trees and see if they might want to help get that done. And that way, you know, if,
I'm sure we can talk to Travis Barney.
Said Gerald talks to them a lot.
Someone's been doing work at the elementary, but it was.
Use them.
Okay.
okay,
So if the board is in agreement, like she would like permission to research who can come in and do that
Yeah.
and kind of get us a cost factor before we do that.
If she
The
won't take-
second one in hers was selling bus 14. We're not utilizing that bus. It is right now, our teams are much bigger than that bus and it's just sitting there. And so she's wanting to have the board consider, and she'll be here in December to make a proposal to sell that rig. The phones, I am writing a letter from the superintendent to parents who ride on the bus. We definitely have had an uptick in the last month of kids utilizing the phones. We have some concerns with distraction and safety, but we also have concerns with kids that are taking photos of other kids and then distributing them, which is a breach of privacy. And our policy right now is no phones during our hours, and the bus ride home is considered part of our hours. So I will be writing a formal request that parents look at that, or there will be more significant consequences coming down the pike because they're creating a safety hazard. So was there anything else in that?
I think that was.
Okay, yeah. I will tell her to work on the tree thing and then make a proposal for selling the 14 to bring to you.
You don't know which bus that is, do you?
It's the smaller one.
Smaller.
4.11, food service director.
Um,
Happened today.
we had an audit. I think these people are trained to come in and find something stupid that they're
supposed to.
probably. Anyway.
Find it.
Sorry, that just came out too true, right? So we are gonna get a couple of little dings. One, we should have caught, when they came in and redid our, gym, they took down some of our signage. We didn't realize that our civil rights signage went down with that. So we had one piece of paper that wasn't tacked to the wall. So we fixed that. And then a couple of the other things are still like each evaluator has a different idea of paperwork. So we're getting a couple of glitches in our paperwork. But overall, I think what she said is that she texted me tonight and said she said she's the investigator has never done a zero finding. However, she really likes the way our program is running. And it looks good, but we got to get a little bit tighter on the paperwork. So in comparison to where we were a year ago, we shouldn't have this audit every year, by the way, and we have had. Compared to where we were a year ago with everything we had to fix, it was really nice to hear that we're about 90% there. So Shelley's done an amazing job. Unfortunately, with that job, we also had to push back our parent night, our parent activity in November, where we invite families in for a Thanksgiving meal. We have pushed that to the Christmas session. Just because there's some quirky stuff if you have a lot of parents coming in and out and their evaluation gets even weirder. And so, we chose just to move it to the Christmas time instead of Thanksgiving this year. Just worked for us.
Awesome.
All right?
Thank you. Okay, new business. 5.1 OSEA MOU.
So when we did negotiations with OSEA, our intent was to streamline pay periods to where we didn't have a staff member having to drive up every month to grab physical checks for our employees. We have 3 to 4 employees in our district that actually still receive a physical check. The cost, when we're looking at that, and we discussed having me drive up or Angie drive down was a lot per month. Not extraordinary, but a lot. You know, we're saving every penny now. The thing that happened is the mail system changed. And so we are in agreement that we send written checks through the mail. What surprised us is now all mail is going up to Portland and then coming back down. So it added days to the process. So our employees were not getting paid on or near, they were getting paid 3 to 4 days later. And so we talked to the union about this agreement, that we would be more cognizant of that, but also sending out checks. In the contract, it says 2 days. And what the memorandum is saying, we're extending that 1 day and we're getting closer to that timeline so that everybody is getting paid on the same day. Does that make sense?
So you're gonna write the check 3 days earlier, payday.
We're gonna mail it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense.
You know, people budget. And so, and it's not fair that,
They're good with this though?
Yeah. huh?
Everybody's good with this?
The union actually proposed this.
Okay.
So, yes. And we think it's solved. It worked last month. Angie got them out a couple of days or 3 days before, and I didn't hear any complaints last month. So I think,
I tried to offer everybody direct deposit. They refused to work with me, so.
Some people don't like it.
yeah,
And that's fine. It does add additional restraints on payroll processing. And so as I told Bridget, I will agree with this because it impacts me. But if I don't get the time cards in a timely manner from staff and administrators here, that's when it's going to become an issue, and that's been the issue previously. So Bridget and I have talked about that.
we're working.
Yeah, so this will suffice. but-
Okay. So, if the board agrees, then we will sign and then I will send this. Can, you put in the notes that, I'd like to see if we could send it through DocuSign for all of us to sign?
Isn't there an interschool mail too?
Huh?
Isn't there like an interschool mail that you guys use too?
But it doesn't always come down on the paydays.
But
It
it,
runs once a week on Tuesdays.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So,
And you don't possibly get.
We've used it many times, but I will tell you that pretty much every single month, the payday is after Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or like it's Monday, or it.
And you can't be a week ahead.
no.
No, we're stretching her at this one. Are you hearing that?
That's why I said that.
That was a terse no.
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 Does this have to be, this does not have to be read out loud. Is that correct? Okay, okay.
So,
I will entertain a motion on the memorandum of agreement between the Glendale School District and the Oregon School Employees Association, Glendale Chapter 94.
Going to read that verbatim.
No, yes, it will entertain a motion.
Yeah, I make motion that we approve the memorandum agreement between Glendale School District and Oregon School Employees Association, Glendale, chapter number 94.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Vote.
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes.
Ron, yes.
Yes.
Caroline, yes.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Ron.
So proud of you both.
Good job, Ron. That was awesome.
Training earlier.
You know that ordinarily.
5.2, Cow Creek cooperation.
I just wanted to make it very public that the Cow Creek tribe, Umpqua tribe of Indians, I had to think of their whole title, has donated $15,700 for us to work with our community and our students and provide meal resources over our school holidays. So that was handed to me Monday. We knew it was coming, but I didn't get the check until Monday. We shopped Tuesday. My car was packed a little bit more than it probably should have been. And we created 35 families, units of food to distribute. In the back, you'll see a few of them. And you noticed in our earlier session that they were being handed out. The rest will go out tomorrow, and we will redo another element of that over the Christmas holiday. So very like there's an article in the Rosebird paper. They handed out over $120,000 this week to help citizens of Douglas County. And I just think that they need to be recognized.
100%.
They did. I'm gonna suggest that we as a board, get something, a letter together, and I'll send it to you guys for approval of thank you.
They would greatly appreciate that. Yeah. They didn't put a lot of strings on what we do with the money.
Yeah.
As long as we're feeding our kids, our families.
Yeah, they need to be formally acknowledged.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I will get that together and I'll let you, I'll send it to you all just to, say, there's a typo or whatever.
She won't let us change her wording, but we can.
Yes,
we can at
yes,
least-
I will, but
We can at
we
least-
can't do it as a meeting, so.
Do not
I'm
respond.
sure she's gonna be just fine.
Okay. 5.3, mid-cycle progress reports.
This is just information to you. We have to go through assessments to keep our accreditation. This was the mid-cycle report that I wrote. They have formally emailed me that we have maintained our accreditation and that we're good to go for another couple of years.
Woot, woot.
So,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
This is awesome.
Another 5 years?
Huh?
Another 5 years?
No. 3 years, I believe. I'm gonna say 3.
2 to 3.
Yeah, we first got reaccredited. We were not accredited for 2 years. John Seidel did all of the accreditation when he was here. And so I think it's been 3 years and we'll get another 3 years. He did a lot of work to get that done.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
It was a-
I remember when you did that.
Yeah. And I give him all the credit for that one. He did a lot. And then I just completed the mid-year or the mid-cycle assessment report. Oh, more fun.
5.4, finance committee meeting update.
Want Brad?
You got this, bro.
There wasn't a lot. I mean.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Oh, I would say the biggest thing for me to come out of it was the reports that she's gonna submit or, present to us to change up how we see.
And she's.
So maybe for us simple-minded people, it won't be so confusing.
I am gonna ask, were there minutes taken? Were minutes taken?
Um,
They are.
yes, minutes were taken. I have not typed them up,
Okay.
so I will get them to,
Asterisk in there.
What was? It was just basically going over where. our
Going
money
over the
comes from,
process, where the money comes from,
How
all
they
that.
count for ADM and how much money we get for ADM. It was kind of a
We reviewed-
introduction to the
We
budget.
reviewed the state school fund pretty much line by line. Because there's not a lot of financial information out there right now. It was a review and a training mostly, I would say, on how funding works. So the reports that you have, these two reports, the ones that say disbursement detail and expenditure summary. These are two options to replace the ones that you get right now that list all of the checks, etc. The one I would recommend that I think would benefit you guys the most personally is this expenditure summary report. This is the one, it breaks it down by vendor, so by who we pay. You can see the check numbers, what fund it came from, and then the dollar amounts. You can see each purchase or payment through the month, and then it does give you a total for what we've paid that vendor each month. And then on the very last page of that report, you can see a breakdown of the whole month expenditures by fund. So you can kind of see what we're spending in each fund.
Like that.
The other one, it's more similar, I guess, to what you have right now. It is broken down by vendor, but it doesn't, I don't think it's quite as clear. But these would be two options to replace what you guys are currently getting.
I like the expenditure summary report more as myself.
Well, but it also, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of, they're both complement each other.
I was
In a
gonna
way,
say, could we
because-
get both?
You absolutely can get both.
That's
Because
what,
like, you're, go to the disbursement detail list, where was it?
yeah,
Just look
because
at the-
it'll tell you,
It goes into more detail.
yeah, it tells us
Yeah.
what we bought.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
generalized.
Right, yeah.
I like
Yep.
that this one generalized, it gives you totals, but I also like that. this
100%.
was-
I can see what you're
We
saying.
bought.
I will tell you both of these.
Are they really easy for you to print?
They're very easy. We put in dates, they print right out of the system.
Can you do both of them?
Okay.
But either way, these two are like a third of this thing.
Correct.
Yeah, Yeah.
And that's why I did it. This is October.
Yeah,
Could be,
yeah.
which is the same thing that you have in your packet,
Which is like 40.
which is like
pages.
900 pages.
yeah. No, it would be, yeah, it'd still be way drilled down, but it gives detail, also
I like
summarizes
both
it.
of these.
So we will proceed with both of these.
I know.
This next one, I know you might have to get like magnifying glasses out. Liz had it, and we were gonna present it up on the board as well, but this, there is a cover page. I didn't give you the cover page because it looks very similar to the one that you have right now.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, it's,
I thought it was the thing.
yeah.
But this is, so what I want to point out with this one that's a little bit different. You can see across where it's showing you estimates for each month of what we are going to potentially spend. These numbers are based on estimates, and you can see at the top where it says estimate for November, December.
I actually like that.
Those show you what and it's based on prior years. So I took prior years, I took our budget, I came up with numbers still within the budgeted amount that we have potentially. But it does show you kind of what it looks like each month. It gives you your actuals total, percentage of the budget, so you're not losing any of that. It takes those encumbrances, which are estimates, it totals them up. At the far end, you'll see the actuals for the current month. So you can look at this month's October and see where we were at in comparison to what we spent last year.
More like a P&L report.
It really is, which is what,
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
what
that's
you
we're
should
reading.
have.
Yeah,
It's what you
this
should
is
have.
nice, yeah.
If you see at the very bottom, it's not necessarily your fund balance. Well, it kind of is at month end, but it takes each month down here in this row and it shows you Okay, so in July, we had total revenues of 603,812. In July, our expenditures were 209,559. Great, so we underspent our revenue. You can see as you move along, that's not always the case. And so it kind of helps you see where I'm at when I'm talking about cash flow and monitoring where we're at in spending. Just to see where that's at. The other thing is it gives you a percentage of what we're estimated to that ending fund balance, not just a number. Not just a number, it's a percentage. And then your monthly operating expenses and how many months you have to operate based on these numbers.
I like it.
So I would like to do these reports that I just showed you in comparison to the ones that you've been receiving.
Yes, yeah.
You'll still get that summary page that Caroline has right there that has the red on it. It looks a little bit different. It's actually clearer in my opinion. Same information. But I would like to move forward with doing those reports on a monthly basis and remove the old one. If you guys are.
These
good
are
with that.
100 times.
Yes,
If
yes,
you didn't change anything
Yeah,
else, that would be
please.
better.
yes, please. And of course,
Know what
you'll get. the-
You'll still get those, that won't change.
Yeah.
But just these I feel like are clear and will actually give you.
Brian,
Awesome.
What?
you should have made an executive decision and just done it.
Just, yeah. Way better.
So I guess the moral of the story, the finance committee meeting was, basically going over the information we went over today. It was kind of a learning time for Brian to learn how EDM and all that works too.
The other part is, we're very articulate in saying what they see, so she should come up with,
If we summarize.
like, there was a lot of conversation about what made sense to them
Mhm.
in a budget presentation, and I think that's
Right.
where the changes came from.
Wakeful, wakeful. Nice.
Very helpful.
Thank you, guys.
Well,
Appreciate it.
we try.
100%.
And I'll get those notes.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that they.
I did take them and I didn't type them.
I'm sorry.
Okay, 5.5, OSBA vote, OSBA Legislative Policy Committee. So they're electing policy committee again, but it was, was it our guy?
Stephen Emerson.
No, it was the one that was on the board here
Tom.
was the
Tom.
Tom was on the policy.
Yeah.
Well, he's no longer doing it. So I had the opportunity actually to meet both of these people, and I personally, talking to both of them, would recommend Stephen Hammerson.
Well, I'm gonna take your opinion because you've met the guy.
Yeah, I met both of them and the things that they were talking about. So we do need to actually vote on that, yeah. So I will,
Make a motion to make our board vote, or the board vote for Stephen Emerson. Is that kind of what you're after?
yes. Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Vote,
Gerald, yes.
Brian, yes.
Yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes. Okay. So you'll fill that out. Thank you. Okay, and 5.6 SIA agreements.
I do have a couple copies of the SIA agreement. It's 30 pages long, so I chose, unless you want it to have it as part of your packet, I am more than happy to send it to you. It is the agreement that we sign each year. We have gone over in our budget discussion how we're utilizing SIA funds primarily to support elementary music, some IA support, and some electives at the high school and the middle school right now. Do you have any questions about how we're utilizing our SIA fund or concerns regarding those funding sources? All right, I will submit our grant agreement with notes from our board meeting that said we've discussed it. That's it.
Do we need to It's got action besides.
Yeah, you do need to vote
Need to
on
approve.
accepting the SIA agreement.
Make a motion, we approve the
Signing,
CA agreement.
perfect.
Motion, is there a second?
I second that.
Any discussion?
Harold, yes?
Brian, yes.
Ron, yes?
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
You guys go tonight.
Old business, 6.1, pay to play during 25-26 school year.
So he left. It's all good. Our intent was to implement the pay to play for the winter sports, which we still have the option of doing. I've had some community members and some coaches approach that have a concern, given our current economic times, of implementing this policy right now. And so I wanted to bring it back to the board for a discussion. We weren't expecting some of the financial impacts. And so I am bringing it back to the board as I said I would, and asking you to discuss whether we fully implement this year.
I agree with some of the members. I think it's gonna scare people away from the sport, from the activity, you know, the things that we're encouraging to do as far as the extracurricular goes. I don't think, cause I think at one point we talked about like $25, right?
It's not much.
It's not much, but at the same time, is that $250 if we have 10 kids out there really gonna make a dent on what we're dealing with? And how many kids is it gonna scare away?
It's a start.
Or parents?
So, oh, go ahead.
All right.
Go next.
Well, I just, you know, in reference to winter sports, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're started, aren't we? Or are we, some,
Yeah.
I
We
feel,
started the junior high. We have not officially started.
I thought,
Well, basketball started Monday.
I
did
thought,
it?
I was gonna say, I thought basketball started Monday, so to me, right, wrong, indifferent, even if we want, but if it's like, hey, sign up to come play the sport, we're 2 days late.
Yeah.
And come tomorrow and say, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Even if we've toyed it, I think so wrong. Spring maybe can revisit, but I think
Yeah.
we have to scrap winter.
But I think we do have to look at the economical thing. It is affecting everybody and anybody. I mean, everything throughout the world is affecting us down there, even on the smaller levels. So I mean, $25 isn't that much, but to some, it is.
So here's my thing, and I'm gonna go back a while ago when we talked about this the first time. It was to have some kids and parents have some buy-in, you know, into
Yeah.
the sport that they're doing and have some commitment, so they're not just doing everything just because and put hardships on everybody else. There's also kids from out of the area. Is have some buy-in to the sport they're doing, have some skin in the game. With that being said, if you go back during negotiations, that wasn't part of the negotiations, but it was to, you know, everybody needs to do their part to contribute in a way. I'm kind of frustrated. We're having this conversation twice. With that being said, I don't think that probably parents or kids were informed enough that it would be fair to ask them to pay. You know, we're 2 sports in, we're 2 seasons in. You can't spring on spring sports now, in my opinion, either. So
100%.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the same thing. I
Yeah.
thought about it because I was actually adamant that no, we voted, we said it's gonna happen.
yes,
But,
Personally, if we make that decision, it needs to be informed in spring for the following school year.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
Which
I
it
think-
was.
Well, I don't know that it was.
We did it in.
No, we did it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I don't know that it
No,
was.
no, it fell through the cracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that we take it on the chin this year. We get prepared for next year
Mhm.
and start over the fall.
Yeah, I don't deny, I mean, we talked about this already and I'm with you. There's
Okay.
not much to
Yeah.
rehash. I
So,
will play devil's advocate slightly on getting buy-in. You volunteered your time in our Glendale Youth Association and it costs more than what we're proposing here. And it still doesn't necessarily mean that you'll have buy-in from parents
No,
and or
it's
kids,
a-
right? I think we have to do it just purely for other reasons. I don't think it's gonna create the buy-in.
I don't, my whole thing with it was that, not necessarily the buy-in, but it's gonna help with
Offset.
offset some of the charges that we have.
Yeah.
And whether it is $200 or not, at this point in time with our budget, that is gonna make a difference.
Well, and you
If
talk,
it scares two
So-
kids away, then it wasn't. If it scares one kid away from a sport.
I don't
then
think it'll scare any kids away because I think there's so much scholarship. I mean, there's so many community members willing to step up and help out.
Exactly. There's different organizations and things that will, I mean, we have the, the CC, whatever that's starting up and, or is an organization at this time. And
So can we do kind of a modified approach for the spring? I got an email from Gretchen that said she will coordinate it. Can we do like a soft start $10 application for spring sports that will be, and then we're communicating as we go into the next year, it'll be a 25.
I would suggest that we just go put out in the spring that next year it's gonna be 25.
Okay,
that's what I want.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and not
Perfect.
even do.
I
this
do
year at
appreciate
all.
that. I mean, I know
Because
that we
it-
discussed this, but we also hadn't got like some of the community input until it started being talked about and that pushback was a little bit more than I think I expected from people stating like, well, then we just can't do that. And so I was a little worried about that.
Literally running my mat club right now, where I have parents coming up to me, that's a pay to play. It's due to the state of Oregon, not
Yeah.
anything to do with the school, due to the insurance and everything else. And if I didn't have the funds to be able to help them be able to do that, they would have been out. I would have been out. The kids wouldn't have been able to
Yeah.
get this experience or any of the
Yeah.
knowledge is where I'm coming. with
And,
that.
and that's the thing is that there are, like I said, there are groups around and there are places that people can go to get help to do.
And I think not to make this too, I
But
don't disagree with you.
and we
But I
can give
think
that
as we
information to
prepare,
the parents on.
We should put together maybe hey, here's some opportunities to, you know, so that that way it's communicated, hey, it's not just, you're gonna owe $25, right? Here's some opportunities.
Yes, that's what
I think
said.
we
You
can-
put
yeah.
that on the application.
Yeah,
and say,
100%.
Here you go.
And that way at least,
According
Clears
to
up.
this email, Gretchen has taken this on for the communication going from this point on.
perfect.
We will start after the first of the year, even starting in January, maybe a monthly or by
Yep.
every other month.
That way it doesn't.
Sending out communications that, you know, we are changing this policy and this practice.
Yeah.
I think that would be our due diligence in a positive way.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And my,
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
You have.
And my,
There's an opportunity as well, maybe the kids are, maybe they can work for it, and maybe they can do some.
We had talked about them
here
doing concession work and all of that
And
kind of
earning
stuff.
a little bit.
Yes.
Earning
And
that
then
money.
that'll get them that buy-in.
Well,
That'll,
yeah.
I mean,
well, that's something that the concession stand does. I mean, the teams themselves can do that. The concession stands, the boys basketball could do for the football or something like that. And the concession stand has actually talked about that's what it's for. And so, you know, if you want to be on the basketball team, work in the concession
Work
stand.
volleyball nights, so
On,
we're.
right, or
Yeah,
do something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Big schools
Play
have,
equity.
big schools have tryouts. We don't have tryouts. We let everybody play. you
Yeah.
know? And
Uh-huh.
so with that being said, I think there needs to be
Yeah.
some help there.
And even then with their tryouts, they still have to pay $200.
Oh, I was gonna say, Gretchen could probably echo what Gretchen said. I had kids in Utah that come to Les Schwab and looking for sponsorship, and it was anywhere from $200 to $600.
Yes,
Depending on the sport.
exactly.
Equestrian's $5,000.
Yeah.
When I was at Ashland, skiing was $2,000. That was
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate the board's flexibility.
I'm gonna suggest that we do a vote on this and
Okay.
that it will be our final vote.
That way we're done with it.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
So, I make a motion that we're going to enact the pay to play for the 26-27 school year, starting in the fall. Does that sound good?
Yes. And it's, the amount is,
Well, the amount,
well,
We
we
don't have
already
the amounts
voted
already.
on that. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Is there a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? Vote.
Harold, yes.
Yes, sorry. I was thinking about something. Sorry.
I was like, Ron, yes.
Short circuited.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
You're-
Thank you. Okay. 6.2, charter school review proposed changes.
So, I reframed the charter and set up the proposed changes on the right-hand column. And they are in alignment with the others, or with where they would go in the left-hand comment. Having had a couple of times to review this, I'm also looking at, are there any board recommendations that I did not consider or that we needed to add to? So as we go through, I changed the dates of that the district has maintained a charter school program since August of 2021. Services to students, families have been maintaining using the charter school format. It's recommended by the current superintendent that Glendale School Board approve continuation of the PK-12 charter as submitted and this is as it will be submitted to the board. In the philosophy and mission, this serves as a renewal application to maintain, not convert, our current program. And then at the end of that, I added our vision and our mission statement as part of the documentation of what we believe as a charter. I'm recommending that we remove the reference to Common Core because we use Oregon State content standards and we are no longer using specific Common Core standards. In the description of expectations of results, I added it is expected that the Glendale School District will make continued growth on the indicators of the integrated plan, state accountability standards, and school board goals. That gives us a criteria to weigh on the effectiveness of the charter. And when necessary, Glendale School District will hire highly qualified teachers who are in process of obtaining TSPC certification. What we've ran into the last couple of years is the charter initially said that they would only hire TSPC certified. We've had to adapt with the times and grow our own. And so we do have some teachers who are in the process of obtaining that, and I wanted that clear in the charter.
Yeah.
There were no changes that I saw a need for in the governance. Caroline and I talked about the enrollment. It's unclear what they meant by 328 students. And so we talked the difference between looking at our average daily membership versus our average daily membership weighted and what number. The recommendation is to put both in the charter so that we maintain some of those relative numbers. And I believe that the 328 also included our preschool enrollment, which our state numbers do not. And I kept trying to figure out why that number was different.
So that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. And so, do we want to include our pre-K numbers within that?
If the state does not, then I don't think
If
we
they
want
don't,
to.
right.
Yeah, okay. This is just a semantic thing for me. It just seemed like fluffy words in light of, and I said considering. I don't think either one matters, but it seemed fluffy to me. I did not see any changes in the next couple of areas. We changed to a pre-K 5 and a 6-12 high school, middle school. I will change the enrollment numbers before I write the final. I didn't see any changes in the rules or the finance plan. And discipline, I did say the student handbook will be reviewed every 2 years to align with policies and procedures. Parents will be provided a handbook annually and it will be located on the website. So it's just clarifying what we're actually doing in that area. The school calendar, I changed that.
Are you gonna change it on the right side? Is the right side getting put in
Yes.
so that it?
And it would be really good if I spelled school right there.
Okay.
Um,
I want to let people know, I was confused on District 2000 because we're District 77. The District 2000 is actually from
the
the
state
state number.
state ID.
That's our state ID. So.
So we'll leave that in there. Cause I actually was I highlighted them all going, what is that number?
Yeah, and I
And
was.
I should have known it was her state ID.
I was going, I don't know what that, I thought that, you know.
Yes, so I'm gonna change the school calendar to 26 to 31. And add the part that is approved annually by March of each calendar year. I think that has helped our district to really focus on getting the calendar out by March, early April. It's helped our families a lot.
Was it you that told me that there's a school that does it
2
2
years.
years in advance?
Yeah,
How nice.
yeah.
That would
They
be,
still review just to make sure there's not any changes, but they have a rolling 2-year calendar. We're getting there.
that would be nice, yeah.
So I added including emergency licensure under certified teachers must, be certified under TSBC and that the district will follow all contractual agreements.
What, you have at the very top, what's the appropriate?
Will maintain appropriate staffing instead of current staffing.
Better worded.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
current staffing.
Current
maybe
kind of
or-
ties your hands.
Gotcha.
Yes, it does. Sorry, I
Could
just
at
got one.
least, could at least, yeah.
Yeah, I read that one and went, yeah, that's not happening. No changes. Highlights of the 2000, because I wasn't sure what that meant. And I think that, and then on the very last page, I'm recommending that we cross out who choose, this was a transition of staff from a district to a charter school. And we don't need that communication because we are not transitioning from one or the other.
We did in the beginning, but not now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I
Already.
crossed out that information. I will be setting up a meeting in December, potentially early January, like the first 2 weeks of January, to present to public comment. And then we can vote in January to accept the charter based on a timeline. Are there anything that you guys read through that you felt like was missed or needed to be adapted or included?
Actually, what page? This is employment practices, policies, and agreements. There's some that we want to look at a little bit closely, because this is just an example that I had. There's no space between and agreements.
Oh, okay.
And there's down at the bottom, it says during the life of this charter, it's chart and then ER.
Yes, when I control copied it, like I cut a lot of them. 'Cause
Okay, yeah.
It reformatted the whole thing.
Gotcha. I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
tons in
Yeah.
here that, and I wasn't gonna go through.
So
all
I'm
of
gonna
it.
actually be
Yeah.
using the original charter
Charter, okay.
to rewrite everything. I just wanted the side by side for you
Gotcha.
guys to be able to see it
Okay,
more clearly.
thank you.
Since we do have public here, can I ask if there's any questions? Okay. Do you guys have any questions or concerns or additions that you think might need to be added to the charter? Right. As you read it, or if you choose to read it more closely, please email me if you notice something that says, oh, this doesn't make sense to me as an employee or as a parent or as a citizen and employee of our district, okay? Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, review of action list and timeline.
Okay, good.
Let's see. So. Yeah, we completed at the January board meeting, Yeah, I guess we did move it to January. I don't know why I was thinking we did it in
What's
the
that?
end of June, board evaluation.
We used to do it in June, and then we decided that it was too much for new board members because they didn't know what they were doing, so we moved it to halfway through the year, so they have a half a year to figure it out.
Okay, well,
Sink or swim.
the June is the end of the board.
They get elected in May and they get on the board in June.
No, they get on the board July
July,
1st.
okay.
Yeah.
So that
So
was,
I know, and I don't know, I think
I
we
think that was your
moved
guys'
it.
idea.
I think, well, we moved it that one time because we had somebody that was appointed
It was,
and they were brand new. And it wasn't,
It's been like this for a little while now.
okay,
There's a lot going on in June.
yeah, maybe that's why. we did
And we
it
will
too.
be having all of the collective bargaining going on at that
This
point.
year too.
I wouldn't highly suggest that we move it to June.
Yeah,
If you don't want to do it in,
well, no, I think January is
Okay.
fine.
I was just saying,
trying to
April
remember
looks really
why,
good.
why we did, but okay. This is fine.
Doing good job.
January's
Good
fine.
job.
There's only one thing on April and it's to terminate me.
Yeah.
So.
That is not what it said.
You're doing a very good job. There's my advantage.
Right.
And then, so you guys know from our meeting before, superintendent evaluation, we have to have it completed by February 15th. Or by the contractual date, which basically states in the contract at this point, February 15th. So,
that's the thing where you sit in the middle.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
Comedy Central roast.
mhm.
Our January.
Okay.
Do we have a meeting by February 15th?
Well, it has to be completed by then, so we'll have it either done before, I'll make sure that it's done before that or, very possible.
January 21st.
It usually becomes an executive session outside of a meeting.
Yes, it
It
does.
hasn't ever been
Yeah.
attached to a meeting.
We did it after the meeting last year.
Did we? Okay.
We've always done it during the meeting.
Well,
It's been after the meeting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the executive meeting,
You're right,
yes.
'cause they go
Yeah.
late.
And we can always ask if she wants, if we don't do it in January, say, is it okay if we do it at our February meeting, which is past the 15th or whatever? Yeah,
And I approve.
yeah. I know and which we have done in the past. as well.
I think last year was late.
Yeah, it was. So in January, we have board evaluation and discussion of barbecue. So we want to get that added. Okay, anybody have any questions or anything on the? Okay. Is there any questions from the audience of what was discussed or anything? Or anybody online?
They can talk to us.
If we can't hear you, Gretchen, text. Is there anybody else online that? Well, I think that's just, JS is.
John Stott,
So John Stott and DS is,
Belinda's, Smith.
Belinda, okay.
So Belinda and John, if you have anything, email me and I will get it to the board.
John Stott is,
It's got his hand raised.
he has his hand raised. Let's see if we can hear him or not.
Could be, yes.
Can you put it in the
Is-
comments?
Put it in a chat. Put it in the chat.
What?
He said, please send me a copy of the charter.
Oh, okay. No, I have it because I'm making changes. Yes.
Yes, we will.
Can
do
you
that.
send me an email?
He said,
Okay.
thank you.
So thank you.
All right, no
Anybody
problem.
else?
Honored.
Entertain a motion.
Make a motion, I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second that.
Motion second. Any further discussion? Vote.
Yes.
Brian, yes.
Ron, yes.
Justin, yes.
Caroline, yes.
I will actually send the charter out to all of the staff.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I was actually thinking.
Yeah. Do you think they want the one with the changes? Like, Angela, do you think the one with the side by side where I'm gonna make changes would be better for staff, or do you think just the charter itself? Goodbye.